everyone, my name is Therese Francis Clare, and today I'm going to take you on a virtual tour of my alma mater, Miriam College, Maryknoll, Quezon City. So I graduated my bachelor's and my master's degrees in international studies in Miriam College, and when I saw this post by the MC HEU Library about a virtual 360 experience, a tour of my school, I felt excited, I felt joy, because it feels like it's such a long time ago. It felt like it was a different lifetime ago. I didn't know that May 2020 would be the last time I would see the campus before COVID hit, and that we were so innocent. And I just want to show you around my school because I love my school, and if it wasn't for me taking the risk, transferring from advertising from another school and starting anew with international studies, I feel like international schools and my education in Miriam really molded me into the person that I am today. It really helped me become more responsible, independent, mature, a critical thinker, a broad thinker. I owe so much to my education. Alright, so before we get started, we are going to... Ta-da-da-da. Oh my gosh, it's not focusing. There. It's not focusing. It keeps on detecting my face. We need to put on some eye drops because the VR, I haven't really noticed it before, but now my eyes are kind of sensitive and your eyes do get chapped when you do VR. I'm going to be using my Oculus Quest 2, and this already has it's not the Halo, the official Halo style strap. It's from China. I'll link the shop because this has been a lifesaver, because my issue with the original strap was that it kept falling off, and this is very secure. I've been doing rigorous boxing with Thrill of the Fight, and it hasn't fallen off. It feels very secure. Then, let me just pop it on, go to the link, and I'll show you around and talk about my memories at school. Alright, so this is the post that I saw, and the link is right here from the Miriam College HEU Library Media Center. Ta-da! And yeah, here it is. Here's the website. Things are not loading quite properly, so I hope it loads for us. Let's go to HEU. I only have 13 minutes left, so I can just quickly go through with the stuff. Starting with SMT Grounds. Yep, this is the SMT Grounds. Oh man, this is a really nostalgic area for me. Yeah, this is a place that I cross all the time to get from the MMJ all the way to the other classrooms here to SMT. This is the SMT building. There are also some classrooms that are hidden. Not here, over there. I'm yeah. There are some classrooms there. You see those pillars? We used to have my gender classes over there and my economics class. These rooms do have air conditioning, but the MMJ is really hot. You would be sweating here. I had my the basic classes, I had Filipino here, literature, all of the 101 classes I had MMJ, so first year was really hot. Then we actually used that place over there as a classroom. I had my humanities there. They also do, I think art students stay there, but I'm not an art student, so I don't really know. But I remember seeing people paint there, and this is way too blurry, but there's supposed to be a cafe here, and we can swing by. And actually my dorm, if you just exit there, the dorm is here, and there's a little farm, a little garden rather, and a big forest at the front of this. And the library is that place over there with the glass. And we had our thesis defense in one of the rooms there. I would leave my stuff in the locker and hang out in the library to enjoy the aircon. The cafeteria is over here on this side, and I used to have PE there. I was very lucky because my PE was table tennis. Oh gosh, internet cut off. So this is the library, and I already feel like I need to keep my voice down here. The library. I would also hang out here, do some really focused cramming before class. I would also use the computers here before the Innovation Center was built. So yeah, it's just a library. There's actually a staircase here. Going up, there's more books, and there's also an enclosed area. That's really cold. And yeah, people work on their thesis there. Alright, so this is the front of CARITAS Hall, and this is the place, the front of the place that we saw from the back when we were in the SMT building area. You can see that this path goes to the front of the school. And over here is the forest, but the photo does not show how nice it actually is. It's very green and it just expands. Then we have the little mausoleum over there and the dorm. A big part of my college life is the dorm, because I lived in the dorm for actually all of my years in college, except for when I did my MA, because it wasn't that often. This is wow. So I didn't know that you could see the mountains so clearly from this angle. Well, we're hovering, so naturally. Anyway, this is, you can see the Rotunda and the forest, which separates the college area and the high school area. And then this is leading all the way to the entrance, to the tricycle area. And we usually take the tricycles to go to UP Town Center, which is that brown building over there. UP Town Center is one of my tambayans. It's it's a mall. UP Town Center. That building over there is the Innovation Center, and we can visit that next. But what you see here, this is the Environmental Studies Institute. And you can see the middle school, high school here, and hidden in these trees is like the preschool area. So let's head to the Innovation Center. Oh, we're already inside. I guess we're inside. So, wow. I really feel like I'm back in here in the Innovation Center. Aside from the cafeteria, usually for me, I like to spend time on my own, reviewing my material, or just having space to myself between classes because, it's so tiring. So between the cafeteria, this is my other favorite place to hang out. There's actually, this is the Innovatrium, and we have some events here. We had one of our Model United Nations in here, but all the way over there, you see, there's a chair. There is a cafe there, and they actually serve really delicious food. It's expensive though. It's basically like a little restaurant. I would always get the Korean bulgogi here, and that would be my favorite food. I remember just having my phone and watching YouTube horror gameplays and eating here while it's raining. Really fun. We also had our diplomatic banquet using these chairs and tables. And another place I would hang out in is the multimedia lab. This is a fun place to, well, because it's beautiful. I mean, this area is so nicely designed. It feels very optimistic. Like outside, you can see the trees. So it's a nice place to do some schoolwork or just browse the internet. I do both. We're using some nice wide Mac computers. This is the performance lab. I had one of my modules here, my transformational creative leadership class here. And yeah, and let me show you the Innovatrium. So yeah, this is how the Innovatrium looks like. It's such a formal setting, you know, and I had my colloquium here for my gender class. I was one of the discussants. We also had a movie showing here in one of our subjects. Actually, we had two courses of these. It's called MC 101. It's called MC 101, and basically it's like a class that teaches you about being an MC student. So we watched like a Mindanao film here for that class. I guess it was for cultural understanding because my school may be Christian, but interfaith and interdialogue is very important to us. So yeah, it's a very formal place. When being in here makes me feel like I need to be in a blazer. So let me take you outside. Let's head out. So yeah, this is how the Innovation Center looks from the outside view. As you can see, it has a interesting shape, very odd. This actually wasn't here when I transferred in 2015. They started building it at the end of when I was in my freshman year, or perhaps like around my second year. So this figure over here actually forms a cube, like a three-dimensional cube, if you align it in the right angle. Actually, at the other side, there is another place, a new one, that was just being built. It was actually at the finishing stages rather when I left. So yeah, it's really beautiful out here. You can see more clearly the tricycle area. This road is super busy. I would also cross here to Rostan's because there's also Rostan's, and there's lots of food here in Katip. So much food that I haven't explored because, you know, being an introvert, I stayed mostly inside the dorm and I didn't really get to explore. But there's lots of cool stuff here in Katipunan that have sadly closed down because of COVID. Not gonna dwell too much on that. I wanna check out the new location actually. Let me see if I can find it in here. Oh, okay, it's here. The iHub. Yeah, so this is just the other side, and you can actually see the multimedia. We are facing the multimedia lab and the other labs. So yeah, this was just being finished, and the peace path, you cross that to go directly to that bridge that connects you to Regi Center. So I don't actually know what this is for. I don't know what it's for. But it looks really cool, and I really like how they really maximize their space given here while remaining really beautiful. So really nice. Just walking here. There's a lot of walking in my school. This is Cafe Entrep, and it's very cute and really small. I've only actually been here once in all of my time here in MC. I don't really eat here. Well, I just said I've been here only once. I think the reason why I don't stay here is because it's usually really full. Whenever I swing by here, it's usually really full, and it's a very close-knitted place, so it's not very quiet when it gets full. So let's check out the menu. So it says for breakfast, there's French toast with egg and eggs Benedict. For lunch, there's beef stroganoff, lasagna, chicken pastel, And for dessert, there's New York cheesecake and panna cotta, which sounds really good. So this is called Cafe Entrep because from my understanding, the entrepreneurship students do work in this place, the Paz Adriano Little Theater. So let's go into VR mode and okay. So okay, I'm back inside and yeah, you know what? I feel like I'm wearing the uniform and I'm here. Okay. So in this theater, we usually have guests over and small assemblies, small talks. I usually have my my International Studies events in this place, and we love it here even though it's small because it's air conditioned. And yeah, the seats are comfy, squeaky though. And yeah, you can just chill back and watch. I remember that I watched one year, I watched the Vagina monologues here, and we had a bunch of European, I'm not sure which European, I think they were from Norway. And what else would I do here? We also had our graduation pics here, but we have all sorts of events here. And I have to exit every time. So next is the Our Lady's Court. Now let's jump in. And this was actually quite different before. I'm not sure about what this is. I think this is not part of the design. Oh wait, it is! I thought this was like a thing that they inserted. It's actually a real metal thing. So let's just look around a bit. Yeah, actually, we don't really stay in here because what I vaguely remember, this was a koi pond. There were koi fish. And yeah, you can see some of the rooms from that is CARITAS Hall. You can see some of the classrooms here. This one is the church. And people don't really hang out here. It's over there in that dark area where people hang out in. It's really hot. You know, I'm really grateful that we have a lot of nature, and at the very least sometimes it can get windy, but it's still really hot here, and I just being here, it makes me feel all sweaty. I sit over there at the dark area to wait for my next classes. This is the MMJ Foyer. And you can see the Rotunda is outside. Nobody really enters from this place. Yeah, nobody. This long hallway is what you see after you come in. And there are offices here. The IS department used to be here at this side. Then it got moved back, and then it went upstairs to the PA rooms, I think. Yeah, it moved a couple of times. There's also one office that the students visit the most, and it's the place where we sort out our clearance. So that's always packed. And you can see the dark area. This is the dark area I was talking about. And as you can see, it's not dark. It's quite hot. And there are lots of chairs. If only we can go to the cafeteria, right? There's also a lounge here. People go there to print. There are also some computers there. And there are also some chairs and tables. Some students hang out and study. This looks like it's new, but there used to be a tourism department here. There's also stairway and photocopy ate here, the corner. This is the Marian Auditorium. And wow, I feel like I'm about to be in a play. We have we use this place for intercourse events. And yeah, it's really big. Let me show you the Environmental Studies Institute, and look at that. Nature, lots of nature again. I have a lot of IS events in this place too. This is actually a big room, like my pointer. This is a big area. Usually we have food here. There's catering, coffee too. Uh, Usually my development studies events are in here, I guess, because it's right next to the Women and Gender Institute. And yeah, we have a Women and Gender Institute here in Miriam. And it's also here in the Environmental Studies Institute. This is the chapel, and this is actually upstairs in the MMJ Foyer area. It looks so much smaller in VR. I guess because the camera's mounted so high. I remember I was seated here, but I wasn't singing. When I wasn't sure I was gonna be a student here, I would come here to pray. And yeah, it's a nice chapel. They always have masses here. Okay, so this is one of the rooms in the residence hall. And okay. Oh my god. You know, I expected to see my reflection on that TV. Oh my oh my gosh though. This is emotionally overwhelming for me. This is emotionally overwhelming cuz you know, our walls weren't yellow, so this is not our room, but this is our room setup. So, I slept over here, Lorraine slept over here, Bea slept over here. So me and Lorraine were both in the same course. We were both international studies students, but she was a year higher than me. And we were in the same track, so we were both development and gender students. Bea, on the other hand, is a communication student. And my gosh, I just remember how Bea had her shoes over here. And Lorraine would always be on her laptop, either here on the bed with herself or over here, and I would just I would have so many papers that I would insert in the back here of all of my readings, because you know they don't really give us physical textbooks. We have to Xerox it, we have to download it, print it, and I would just have so many rolls of my textbooks here, and snacks, and my water jug here. Oh my god, it's giving me so many memories. And we would just spin these chairs. I would remember we would have late night McDo, and we would like share the bestie fries, I think. And we would get away with hanging our clothes out here, but we couldn't really hang big clothes because it would look, you know, kind of messy outside. And basically that's how our room looks. And I don't remember ever using the TV in the room. I can't even remember if we had a TV because we don't use it. So yeah, we have a toilet there. And yeah, our closets, oh my god. I would just remember waking up and being like annoyed because the aircon is off and it's all hot and everybody's sweaty. And you know, we would just hear the shuffle of somebody waking up, changing, using the bathroom, and you know, going to class. Such simple times, you know, and late nights talking and you know, living emotional moments, still moments, happy moments. Really nice memories. And Bea would have photos of her friends here, and she would have a lot of fairy lights actually, that would drape over this wall here. So yeah. I also remember there was this time where I was really I wanted to exercise because I felt like my routine in the dorm was so unhealthy because I would be like among Lorraine and Bea, and Lorraine is pretty introverted. I would be the one who would stay in the room the most. So I used to have a yoga mat that I would use it to do yoga on the floor. Yeah, my gosh, it's giving me lots of memories. This is the residence hall common room, and this is actually the floor where my room is. So my room is this door here, right beside the elevator. Ah, it's so nostalgic. It's the same blue couches, the same TV, same fan, same everything. Hopefully not the same food in the in the fridge. But yeah, same chairs and tables. So here in the common room, people come here to eat, hang out. I used to, because I'm thrifty, I would buy my food in the cafeteria. So I was a strict pescatarian back then. So I would eat my meals here because, it's all very fishy. So anyway, you can see out here, you can see the science garden outside, the parking lot. And looking at the parking lot just reminds me of the times where I'm waiting for my parents to pick me up at the end of the week and be like, I can finally go home. And the sound of the tires on the rubble. And here, the swimming pool. And no, we didn't get to use the swimming pool a lot. It really depends on the person who was running the dorm at the time. So I was able to go through two. I forgot their names, sadly. But they were both pretty strict. Um, we can't use the swimming pool either because this is used by other classes, the swimming team. But there was this time where, well, it's actually my most memorable, one of my most memorable like dorm events. Uh, we watched a movie while swimming, so it was like a swimming movie theater time with people in the dorm. It was really fun. And the movie that we watched was The Shape of Water, and it's really weird, but it was really fun. Just being with your friends and swimming, it was so refreshing. And the swimming pool is quite a good size. Um, and we did have one Christmas, um, this event where everyone in the dorm would gather here, and we watched a Christmas movie while having a Kris Kringle, so we were exchanging gifts. It was really fun. So before I lived in this room, when I transferred, I was at the very end. I was at that room, and yeah, a lot of my memories are made here. I remember like sometimes I'm eating and then my roommates would be here and I'd be like, hey, and then they would go in and I'd be like, okay, I'm done, and then I'd go in. And my routine in the dorm is really just like sleep because I'm so tired, I'm so burnt out from being around people. Yeah, I would just chill. So this is actually called the Science Garden. And this Science Garden is just outside the dorm, as you can see. So this is how the outside of the dorm looks like. Ah, what a nostalgic view. I remember that there was this time, I think there was an eclipse. No, it was like a full moon or something. Um, and me and Bea had the idea to spread a blanket and do some stargazing at night. That was a wonderful memory. So as you can see, it's a very cute garden. My campus, my school is prides itself for being a green school, and there's a butterfly garden, plants, and wow, who is that? A really creepy looking person, either somebody passing by, a ghost, or a cutout over there. As you can see, it's so cute. Looks like a theme park. And this leads to the grade school area. preschool area. I'm not really sure because I don't really explore that location. Yeah, lots of nature all around besides the mausoleum. Alright, so I would love to show you the rest of the places, but I'm happy that we could end the video with the dorm. I'm just overcome because the dorm has so many memories. I met my closest friend in the dorm. If it wasn't for being in the dorm, I would have never met Bea, who is the best and most precious person in my life. Thank you for tuning in. Do I have any Miriam College students who are watching this video? Do share in the comments about your memories and experiences in Miriam College, whatever generation you are. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!